years ago, I spent 2 summer months at the shore of the Lake Baikal, the deepest and oldest freshwater lake in the world. By a stroke of luck, I and 2 other students got a serendipitous opportunity to participate at a real scientific expedition in the southeastern part of Siberia. That summer, I started learning 3 rules of survival. Always stay alert, stop and think before you do something, and never give up. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests. Today, I will tell you a story about just one day of that summer. Our camp was located at the shore of the lake on a large opening in the Siberian wild forest. There was a river flowing into the lake, and at the river mouth, the shore was very steep, and the stream was flowing swiftly. That summer was very hot, but even at that temperature, the water was too cold for swimming, even for teenagers. But we came up with an idea. We didn't have a boat in the expedition, but we had a large all-terrain vehicle, and that vehicle had a huge spare tire, and that tire would float. So we decided to use it as a raft. The float would drift along the coast from the river mouth to a sandy bank for about 500 yards, maybe even longer. I cannot tell right now. At that point, at the sandy bank, the passenger was supposed to jump off and take the tire back to the starting point. A bright idea, indeed. That day it was my turn to enjoy the ride, so I jumped off, climbed the tire, relaxed, and fell asleep. When I opened my eyes, I could hardly see the sandy bank in front of me, and the distance between me and the shore was growing rapidly. I was trapped by a rip current. The rule number 1, always stay alert. Checked. In Russian, rips or rip currents are called breaker waves. But there is another word, a common name, tyagun. I like this word. It actually reflects how powerful and dangerous this current can be. But you still can't escape from it. You're supposed first to try and cross it. If it's narrow enough, you will be safe soon. But sometimes these currents can be as wide as 50 feet. So there is no way to cross it. In this case, you should stop resisting it and let it pull you until it stops. I knew it, and I would remember it. If only I stopped and thought. But I did not. Instead, I started moving towards the shore. Wrong. I tried to, and without any success. Rule number 2, stop and think before you do something. Check. Was I frightened? Of course I was. I was actually terrified to death, but not because I could die. I was afraid that if I'm not back to the shore in time for my watch, I would be expelled from the expedition. A silly thought. I had already been expelled from the expedition. Literally. And my situation was really hopeless. What could possibly pull me out of this misery? I really needed a miracle. Since I'm standing here in front of you today, you may guess that a miracle did happen. A miracle that we often take for granted. A miracle that it worked by hands of people around us. As I learned later, my friends managed to ford the river. They found a little village hidden in the woods, and they borrowed a small fishing boat there. So just in time when I was about to give up to surrender, they came and rescued me. And my tire, of course, because I wouldn't let it go. No, 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 no. Rule number 3, never give up. There is always a hope. Soon we were back to the shore, just in time for me to change and take over the watch. For that day, my lesson of survival was over. Have I learned it that day? I wish. The life had to show me several more demonstrations before I started mastering 3 rules of survival. Always stay alert, stop and think before doing something, and never give up, because there is always hope. Thank you very much.